Greetings, YouTube. The doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Pathfinder 2nd Edition. And we've got our hands on the Player Core 2. And we want to do a review of the new Alchemist today. But, first, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. All right, let's get into it and let's talk about the Alchemist. The first thing I do want to point out that I think is still something that needs some work is that the Alchemist key attribute is intelligence, but the Alchemist technically is very dependent on two different attributes, not just intelligence. Now, a lot of their things are procced off of intelligence, like how many things they can prepare per day and prepare per preparation period. But a lot of their abilities or their combat abilities particularly are keyed to dexterity. And the reason I bring that up is because at first level you can get an intelligence of 18, but you cannot get a dexterity of 18 because of this. So you get your bump from your background, you get your bump from your class, you get your bump from your ancestry, and you get some free bumps. And 3 of those you can put on dex, but this is the only one you get, which is your bump from your class is for intelligence. So that is a thing. Now, again, all of this stuff is pretty much the same as it was from first edition. They're trained in all the same stuff. Trained in alchemical class DC, which actually is going to have meaning now because of some changes that got made. And just a few things that I want to point out. So all this stuff is the same. You still get alchemical crafting. You still get a formula book. You are going to be able to get a total of 7 formulas at first level, 4 from alchemical crafting, 2 for your book, and then you get formulas, 7 or more. You get formulas from your research field. So that's kind of new. And then also another thing to point out here is that once you make a particular formula, you can make once you have it, you can make all the versions of it. And they give the particular example of a minor elixir of life. Once you have that in your book, you can create minor, lesser, moderate, greater, major, and true based off of your level. So that's a good thing. That's a really good bump. I do like that quite a bit. Advanced alchemy changed a little bit, so you now can craft a number of alchemical items up to 4 plus your intelligence modifier during your daily preparations. It's got to be from your formula book. It's got to have a level equal to yours or lower, and they're good for 24 hours. This is new. The versatile vials are new. So during your preparations, you can create a number of versatile vials equal to 2 plus your intelligence modifier. So this is where your intelligence modifier comes into check. It's right here. And if it's 18, this is 8. And if it's 18, this is 6. So you'll have 14 things to do. So 4 plus 4, 8. And 2 plus 4 is 6. That's 14. For every 10 minutes you spend in exploration mode, you regain 2 vials. So this number here, this 2 plus your intelligence modifier, is the number you can prepare per day and is the maximum number you can have. But for 10 minutes in exploration, you can regain 2 vials up to your maximum, that's new. That's really cool. So essentially, it's not an infinite number of alchemical items, because you can use these versatile vials to make different kinds of alchemical items. But it is almost an infinite. Before, the Alchemist was very limited on how much they could make until they got to a certain level, and then they could make certain kinds of common items very quickly. This kind of changes that. A vial you create is always the highest type you could craft. You can also use vials for quick alchemy, see below, and your research field can add to the ways you can use a vial. That is a versatile vial. So quick alchemy has changed a little bit. You can either use up a versatile vial to make another alchemical consumable at a moment's notice, or create an especially short-lived versatile vial. So any effect I don't know why they put this in here. because they pretty much only last for a round. So you can create a consumable. You can spend one of your versatile vials that you did up here, and you can create a single alchemical consumable item of your level or lower that's in your formula book. You don't have to spend raw monetary costs or raw materials to do this. The item has the infused trait, but it remains potent only until the start of your next turn. As normal, you need only one formula for an item to create any level of that item. So again, the elixir of life you can create all the way up to your level. So it's only good until the start of your next turn. Then there's the quick vial. You create a versatile vial that can be used only as a bomb or for the versatile vial option from your research field. So you're either holding or wearing an alchemist. So you create this quick vial just out on the fly. And I don't think this counts towards your total here. That's different. This uses one. You create one here. And it can be used as a bomb. And it's a special kind of bomb. Here's the versatile vial here. It does a d6 acid plus 1 splash damage. And then it gets bonuses to attack rolls, which is good because the alchemist needs those bonus to attack rolls. And it can do up to 4d6 acid and 4 splash at level 18, which is really high, with a +3 bonus to hit. So those are two new options you've got. Now there's the research fields, which you get at first level, and then pretty much all the rest is very similar with the general feats and the skill feats and the skill increases and the ancestry feats. Then there's field discovery, which opens up some more things in your research field. And then we get to some new stuff. So we've got powerful alchemy. Alchemical items you infuse are particularly potent. When you create an infused alchemical item that allows a saving throw, you can change its DC to your class DC. Now, obviously, you wouldn't do this if the DC of the thing is higher than your class DC, but most of them are not, and that's why you would do that. Then we get alchemical weapon expertise. So let me say this. This right here goes in with your class DC and why you want to have a high class DC. You get alchemical weapon expertise at 7th level, which your proficiency ranks for simple weapons, alchemical bombs, and unarmed attack increases to expert. They really needed this. You get alchemical expertise. Your proficiency rank for your alchemical class DC increases to expert at 9th level. In addition, when you gather reagents during exploration mode, you can regain 3 vials instead of 2. So that's new. There's double brew, where you can concoct 2 items at the same time. But remember, you got to use these quick. You get some perception. There's advanced vials, which is another research field thing. And then, a couple other things that are pretty standard and not necessarily new. Eventually, you're going to get alchemical weapon mastery, where you are going to become a master at alchemical bombs and simple weapons. That's pretty important. I don't think before you were able to get to master with any of this stuff. All right, so the research fields are pretty interesting. So they have a formula, a field benefit, field vials, and field discovery, advanced vials, and greater field vials, which you get later on at 5th level and higher. So the bomber now gets 2 more first level alchemical bombs. So you got 4 from alchemical crafting, 2 from your formula book, and 2 from here. So that's 8. And so when you throw an alchemical bomb with the splash trait, you can choose to deal splash damage to only your primary target instead of the usual splash area, which is everything adjacent to it, basically everything in 5 feet. And then with the field vial, when you strike with a versatile vial, which is this right here, versatile vial, when you strike with that versatile vial, you can cause the bomb to deal splash damage. Oh, I'm sorry. You can have it deal cold, electricity, or fire instead of acid, that's really good. I do like that benefit quite a bit. That does give some versatility to it and allows you to kind of target a weakness that is on the creature that you're going after. Field discovery at 5th level is you can cause the bomb to deal splash damage equal to your intelligence modifier instead of the normal amount, which is pretty good because that at this point it's probably going to be a 4, and then eventually it'll be a 5. Advanced vials, greater field discovery, so splash is 10 feet, or 15 feet with extended splash. Then we've got the Chirurgeon. So they get 2 common level 1 alchemical elixirs. They get this proficiency rank in crafting, and they can use crafting modifier in place of medicine, which could be beneficial, since medicine and crafting, I think, proc off of different stats. They have field vials, so your versatile vials can be used to heal instead of doing damage. And then the field discovery is your medicinal elixirs are quite fortifying. When a creature drinks an infused elixir with healing trait that you have created, the creature gains a number of temporary hit points equal to your intelligence modifier. That's okay. Then there's the mutagenist. I think the mutagenist is the weakest of all of these. So you get 2 level 1 alchemical mutagens. Whenever you use a mutagen, you can gain a number of temporary hit points equal to your intelligence modifier. The really important one is the field vial. You can drink the contents of one of your versatile vials to suppress the drawback you take from one mutagen currently affecting you until the beginning of your next turn. So it's only one turn. So you do this kind of, I guess, at the beginning of your turn, and then you can do some stuff. A vial used this way loses the acid bomb splash trait and gains the elixir trait. And if you have more than one drawback due to combined elixirs or similar ability, drinking the vial suppresses 1. The mutagens, the field discovery mutagens flowing through your blood have altered your body chemistry when you roll a fortitude save. So while the affected by the mutagen dislike the result, you can end the effect of the mutagen and reroll the save. So then finally we have the toxicologist, which gets 2 poisons in addition to the 6 other things. And you can apply injury poison you're holding to a weapon or piece of ammunition you're wielding as a single action rather than 2 actions. So you can like a blowgun dart, you can put poison on there with 1 action. In addition, you flexibly mix acid and poisonous alchemical compounds. Your infused poisons can affect creatures immune to poison. A creature takes acid damage instead of, because most poisons do poison damage, so they take acid instead of poison. And from your infused poisons, if either the creature is immune to poison or that would be more detrimental to the creature. So let's say it's immune to poison. Well, let's say it's susceptible to poison and acid, but it's weak to acid. So that means it'll automatically do acid instead of poison. The versatile vial have the poison trait and deal poison damage instead of having the acid trait and dealing acid damage. You can apply the contents of a versatile vial to a weapon or a piece of ammunition as an injury poison, so it becomes a free poison. Add the versatile vial's initial damage to the first successful strike with that weapon or ammunition. The substance becomes inert at the end of your current turn. So that's it. So it's a real quickie thing. And then you have handled enough poisons, you gain poison resistance. When you damage a creature with a versatile vial you've used as an injury poison, that creature takes persistent poison damage equal to the vial's splash damage in addition to the initial damage. So that's pretty good for advanced. So you could actually make a pretty good toxicologist. So let's talk about some feats. And I want to talk about, I've got some feats on here that I have highlighted I think are interesting and that are kind of almost needed for some of these builds. You got the blowgun poisoner. So you can use 1 action as a toxicologist to put poison onto something. And so a blowgun dart, and then you can capably deliver toxins with your blowgun. Your blowgun strikes can apply injury poisons even if they deal no damage to the creature due to the creature's resistance. So the creature, let's say with a blowgun dart, has resistance to piercing damage. As long as you hit, you're going to do poison. If you critically succeed at the blowgun strike using a poison dart, the target's initial saving throw against the poison is 1 degree worse than the creature's rolls. This is misfortune effect. So if they save on the poison from a crit, then they actually fail. In addition, if you make a blowgun strike while hidden or undetected, you don't automatically become observed. Instead, immediately attempt a strength check against the perception DC of the target. If you succeed, you don't become observed and are hidden. That's pretty cool. I like this a lot for the toxicologist. I'm going to try and make a toxicologist blowgun-like character who's got a high dex and a high intelligence. Far lobber, so it's ranging at 30 feet instead of 20 feet. This is if you're going to be a bomber, this is kind of a prerequisite. Quick bomber, you keep your bombs and bomb-related reagents easy to reach pouches. So you interact to draw a bomb, draw a versatile vial, or use quick alchemy to create a bomb, then strike with the bomb. So quick bomber means that I could draw a versatile vial and use it to make something, maybe. It takes an action. So, but you can draw a bomb and then strike with it. If you have the ability to create more than one bomb at a time with quick alchemy, such as from the double brew class feature, you can strike with only one of these at a time. And let's see here. I've got pernicious poison. You can add a toxic additive to a alchemical poison to make it splash poison on its target. A poison with this additive deals an amount of poison damage equal to the poison's level if the target succeeds at its initial saving throw again. So you're going to do damage no matter what. A target that critically succeeds against this poison takes no damage. Efficient alchemy, thanks to the time you spent studying, you now increase to 6 plus your intelligence modifier, the number of things that you make. And in addition, when you craft chemical consumables during downtime, you can produce twice as many alchemical items in a single batch without spending additional preparatory time. For instance, if you are creating elixirs of life, you can craft up to 8 elixirs of life in a single batch during downtime rather than 4. So there you go. Enduring alchemy, you've learned to make your personal energy last just a little longer when you quickly brew ad hoc concoctions. So when using quick alchemy to create an alchemical tool or elixir, that tool or elixir remains potent until the end of your next turn instead of the start of your next turn. So this is with your versatile vials and quick alchemy ability. So that makes it last for kind of 2 rounds instead of a round. Healing bombs I thought were pretty cool. They allow you to throw a bomb at somebody and they regain hit points. So I think that's pretty cool. And then we've got tenacious toxins. So the maximum duration of any poison you create increases by an amount equal to the poison stage 1 interval. So how long it takes for the poison to go to stage 1, usually it's a round. Now it increases by that amount. Okay, and then we've got debilitating bombs. Choose dazzle, deafen, off guard, or a minus 5-foot penalty to speeds. The bomb hits. In addition to the bomb's normal effect, the target must make a fort save or take the effect until the start. Use your class DC for that saving throw. So that's where your intelligence comes in. Directional bombs allow you to splash in a cone. That's a good one. I've seen that one used before. Sticky poison. If you strike with a poison weapon, would expend its poison without target attempting an initial save. Attempt a DC flat check. On a success, your weapon remains poisoned. If your strike with a poison weapon succeeds, then you do a DC 17. So you could keep your poison. That's pretty cool. And we got pinpoint poisoner. Unsuspecting targets are especially vulnerable when you successfully strike an off-guard creature with a poisoned weapon or expose an off-guard creature to an inhaled poison. They get a penalty to their saving throw. That's pretty cool. So you could trick out poisons pretty cool. Sticky bombs allow for an additional persistent damage. Creature hit by sticky bomb also takes persistent damage equal to the same type as the bomb's splash damage. If the bombs already deal splash damage, combine the 2 amounts. So there you go. That's pretty cool. Advanced alchemy allows you to make even more. So, and then this goes even higher. I think that's about as far as we're going to get in this. So all in all, I'm going to give, they did add quite a bit. They made the Alchemist better. So it's not a C rating anymore, but it's back up to a B. But they still have this problem with Dex versus Intelligence. They can make a whole bunch of stuff. They can increase the DCs enough now. They can become masters at all of that. That's all great. But they still are dependent on Dex to throw those bombs or to use a blowgun or a crossbow or something. So, all right, that is what I got for everybody. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody.